Yeah. Hello there guys, what's going on? I'm Shane from Yugioh Masters, and today we're going to be looking at my predictions for the next ban list. Not everything is here, because if I had to... if I wanted to go through everything and say what I wanted to be banned and unbanned, there'd be a lot of cards. Mostly stuff getting unbanned or unlimited and all that jazz. But I'm going to look at the things I find most important. So, we're going to start with the cards that I believe are going to get banned. And it's these two cards here. The first two cards on our list. Performance Damage Juggler and Wavering Eyes. For two very different reasons, I feel these two should get banned. And these are the only cards that are going on my ban list. If I were to make a ban list, hey, this is what I'd put on them. I think Japan banned Damage Juggler and Plush Fire, but kept Wavering Eyes. I don't like that personally, because Wavering Eyes, it feels a bit like a cancer card. Like a card that just like, it makes the game unplayable if you don't have one. And if you have one, you can't play it because you've got to wait for your opponent to play it. I know people are like, oh man, it's like who blinks first and all that jazz. But I guess maybe when Damage Juggler's not around, it'll be a bit better. Because the fact of the matter is, Wavering Eyes like combos Damage Juggler so well, because you can just stop it with Damage Juggler. But yeah, I feel like Damage Juggler is just far too strong. He's a Karibo. He is Karibo for anything that does damage to you. So your Blazing Mirror Forces, your Scatter Shots, you know, just rogue deck stuff, and just accidentally kills those. It stops Wavering Eyes, which is just stupid in general. So yeah, this card. And of course you get to search, you know, you get level 4s, you banish, you get yourself something special. It's just too good. There is too much that comes from Damage Juggler. I thought maybe at 1 it'd be okay, and you know what? It might be okay at 1. But it's more that it's a wrong. It doesn't do things right. It's like everything else is geared towards something. Like let's like a Tour Guide. Tour Guide is geared towards special summoning a monster, giving you an Ixie. That is what it's geared towards. That is its purpose. Damage Juggler, its purpose isn't there. It is a searcher, and it does stop damage. But the fact that it negates and destroys anything that does damage to you is kind of like something accidental that they accidentally built into the card, and it's ruining the game. And anything like that, I don't think should be around. Maybe they'll errata it one day. Maybe they'll just bring it back without the direct life points damage. And at that point, I'd be fine with it. I really would. It's just that it's wrong. The way it does things is wrong. I know that sounds a bit weird, but that's just how I feel. The next one we're going to move on to is this piece of shit. Wavering Eyes. This card wins games on its own, just outright like that. If you get a 4-person Wavering Eyes, you win the game. A lot of the problems with Wavering Eyes are to do with Damage Juggler, because Damage Juggler negates Wavering Eyes, and a lot of the time you've just got to hold it and hope your opponent doesn't play it and all that jazz. It's a messy card. Like, if you can get the 2 or more effect off, you're usually, especially in first turn, you're usually like in a massively commanding position. The 3 or 4 are just insane, because your opponent's going to lose their Pendulums. You're going to banish something. You're going to get another Wavering Eyes, so they can't put anything back in those Pendulums. It's just far too good. There's just like so much wrong with this card, and I know I said that about Damage Juggler. This one, it's not wrong because it does something accidental. It's wrong because it's just so good. It feels like it's just wrong to have this effect for a 2 or more. The fact that you don't have to counter anything for your opponent to get this effect. Basically, these 2 effects, the first 2 effects, are things you can do on your own. You don't need your opponent for anything else. Like you can put those guys in the extra deck and get yourself a new one. It's just like, come on, man. Like, your first turn, this card blows up first turns. Like, I think more than any other card. Maybe Luster Pendulum blows it up just as hard, but this card is just like, okay, I'm just going to summon 5 guys. I'm going to have an Ignista, I'm going to have a Majesta, I'm going to have a Rafflesia, I'm going to have an Infinity. Like, you're going to have fields like just stupidness. And Wavering Eyes is just far too good. And it's a quick play. It's just so stupid. Like, it also makes it so if your opponent sets their Wavering Eyes, you don't get to do anything. Like, you go 1, 2, Pendulum Zones, then they get a massive effect off it. It's too good. And the only way to counter it from your hand is this piece of shit, which is wrong in the first place. It's like it's so rage-inducing that this card has become a counter strategy to Wavering Eyes. I'm wondering if people would run 3 of this if it weren't for Wavering Eyes. It's very good. It's a very good card, but would they run 3 of this if Wavering Eyes weren't around? Because it's the only thing they really want to stop with it. A lot of people just hold Damage Juggler to stop Wavering Eyes. So that's my little rant on these 2 cards being too good. They're the only 2 I would ban. So let's pop these in the side deck. Let's pop these in. This is the ban list. Now I'm gonna go for these 5 cards. We're gonna look at these 5 cards, maybe all at once, maybe a bit more on their own. And I'll talk about specifically why the specific numbers. But firstly, Luster Pendulum, the Drax Slayer. This is actually the one card that I had a problem with in terms of what I would do with it. This card cannot stay at 3. I'm putting that out there. It cannot stay at 3. However, I can actually see a good reason for it to be at 0, for it to be at 1, and for it to be at 2. At 2, it's obviously not as strong. You know, you won't open it anywhere near as much. It's also the only thing that can make Ignista in terms of a pendulum going into it. It's a massive problem card. It's got so many combos. Even just doing it onto a random pendulum card, like if you put Luster Pendulum in and you just put in Crowbar Joker, because it's just like a completely generic 4-star when he's special summon. He's generic, but if we blow this up, get one to my hand, we've got an extra card in the extra deck. This card is very fucking strong. Like, I guess that's the only way I can talk about it. Is it's very strong. It's like insanely strong. However, I can't say it should go to 0, mostly because it kind of ruins an archetype. Like, it ruins the Drax Slayers and the Drakova Lords. I don't like doing that. I don't like ever destroying a deck type. Which they did with Shaddolls, and we're going to get to that soon, because I'm sure you guys can see there's a lot of Shaddoll cards on my board. But after all that, you've really got to look at just Luster Pendulum is so goddamn strong. It opens the game up. You really can't have it at 3. But I don't want to kill the deck, so I guess 1. It's got to be my 1, really. So he's next. He's 1. He's at 1. It's fine. Plushfire. This guy is Bandage Pan. I think it's okay to ban it. However, if you get rid of Wavering Eyes and you get Luster Pendulum to 1, do we really need it to be banned? I don't think there's any need. I feel like they do that sometimes where they're like, oh, this card's a problem, this card's a problem, this card's a problem. And they go, oh, let's ban all 3. But then they realise, well, then we realise, they don't realise, they obviously don't care. But then we realise, oh, this card wasn't going to be good anyway because these cards are banned. You know, it's like that. It's like Dragon Ravine, when that was banned, when all the Dragon Rules were banned. It was like, okay, so you're going to ruin the Dragoonity deck because Dragon Rulers are good even though they're banned. It's silly. So I think Plushfire could be at 1, easily. It does need to get hit because it provides far too much field presence when you've got 4 mages around. Because you got it in the zone, someone dies, let's say Trick Clown, then you get it out. It's just like too much happens with it for 1 card. You can't even Dweller it either, so that's silly. I think I put it at 1, so this guy goes to 1. Let's say that's 1. Now these 3 cards, our new friends from Bosch. Well, not quite from Bosch, this lad's from Astarte, but we've got Monkey Board, we've got Sorcerer, and we've got Crowbar Joker. I have a problem with limiting these. Main problem I have is the fact that we've ruined the deck, or well, we haven't ruined it. We've hit the deck very hard already. We've hit Performance Damage Juggler. People run 3. People run 3 of this. People run 3 of this. People run 3 of this. We've taken 12 cards out of Pepe already. If we take this to 1, this to 1, and this to 1, like, we've taken 12... We've taken 16 cards out of Pepe already. I know I've said before that it's like a 10-legged table and kicking out 2 of the legs won't kill it. But if you kick out 5, 6, 7 of the legs, you're going to get rid of the table. The table will drop. And you won't be able to play Yu-Gi-Oh! On that table anymore. So, I was thinking, this is actually the one I thought about a lot. Especially since these are newer cards, and I don't really feel like you should ever ban a card when it's just came out. And maybe even limit... I don't think you should even touch a card when you've brought it out, because as players, we've invested money into these cards. And we should have at least a format of these cards before they get touched. I think that should actually be a straight-up rule. Unless they're going to do an emergency ban like they did in 2006 or 7, I can't remember. I think it was 2005, actually, when they emergency banned Subsign. I think that was the only emergency ban they've ever done. But don't hold me to that, because I didn't play for 7 years. But these cards are pretty much brand new, and I don't think they'd touch Sorcerer, and I don't think they should. However, going to 2 on all of these like makes a bit less consistent, but it doesn't ruin the deck. I think these should go to 2, not because of how strong they are, but just because of how much we've ruined the deck with the Wavering Eyes and the Luster Pendulum and the Plush Fight. We've killed the deck. We've started like stabbing it. We're stabbing it, and now we're gonna go bone its mother, you know. So let's not go bone its mother. Let's just keep these at 2. It'll be fine. We're just gonna stab him a lot, and we're gonna leave his mom alone. So that's fine. I'd say we'll pop these at 2. So let's pop these down here for now. Book of Moon. All right. So I remember it's been a long time since Book of Moon has been non-limited. I think it was limited in 2004 or 5 when people were running 3 Book of Moon, 3 Enemy Controller, and 3 Decree. And that was when Decree was in TP4 only. It's really expensive and really. That was also the Metamorphosis. Goat control. Metamorphosis of goats. And Book of Moon has been limited ever since. Now, Book of Moon has seen less and less play. Just so little play. What the hell? Look at this. It says $6.06 for the highest Book of Moon. No, you got to see some CP Book of Moons. But yeah, Book of Moon doesn't need to be at 1. If no one's using it at 1, then what's the point in limiting it? And I've said this about a lot of cards. People just don't use a card, and it's like, okay, let's put it to 2. Maybe people want more. I mean, it should be at 2. And when people start using it at 2 and like spamming 2 in every deck, then maybe we'll look at it and go, okay, book needs to go back down to 1. But for now, I feel like it should be at 2. So let's get rid of these. And all right, so we'll talk about these all at once. Shaddoll Fusion. Shaddoll Fusion. Well, actually, Shaddoll Fusion hasn't been touched, but I'm putting it in anyway. Shaddoll's got absolutely fucking brutally, like, destroyed. Like, they did go over to their mother's house and just, like, yeah. Bad things happened to the Shaddoll's mothers. So they banned Shaddoll Construct, which blew my mind at the time. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? It shouldn't have happened. I have no idea what they were smoking when they came up with this. I know they want to push Pendulums, and I know they want Pepe to be good, but my god, they crucified Shaddolls, and they crucified Necros. Now, Necros was a bit of a problem, because games were going long, and it's like, you had to think 20 moves ahead. But come on, Shaddolls, they were not that strong, they were still tier 1.5, they were not the best deck. They were sometimes winning events, but they were counterable. They were, you know, you could beat them. It wasn't like they were the strongest shit in the world. You know, why did we even touch Shaddolls? I guess they just really wanted to push Pepe, but come on, Pendulums, you don't need this shit. So for me, I would put all of the Shaddolls back. I wouldn't change a thing. I'd have this at 3, this at 3, this at 3, because you know what? Pepe is really damn strong, and we need all the power we can get here. If you're going to play Shaddolls, you need to not be handcuffed. You need to have all the power you can, and you know what? You probably still won't win against them. Although, I tell you what, like, Shaddoll Fusion, very good counter to Pepe, because they like to put Exceeds on the field. At least it'll make them think about their moves instead of just jamming everything onto the field and being like, oh, I'm good, yep, I'm fine. So Shadol stuff, putting it all back on the table. Everyone can play Shadols. Maybe we'll put math to 3 again. Who knows? No, probably. I don't know. Who cares? So yeah, let's just pop these back out here. We're not even going to put them down there because we just talked about Shadols. I think Shadols should not be gone. It's just silly. Tour Guide. When Tour Guide was put to 1, I questioned it. It wasn't that big a deal. I know, because Birmingham is not a top deck. I know they got the Rhino, but it's still nothing compared to Pepe at the moment. It's just like, we need to bring Pepe down and we need to bring up the other decks. That's how it should, that's how our ban list should be. It shouldn't be, let's just make Pepe a bit worse so that Pepe can still win, but is less good. It should be, we should be elevating the other decks and bringing down the top decks. So Tour Guide to 2 is a nice addition to our good friends Burning Abyss. And I like that. It's fine. It's a thing. So, Tour Guide to 2, yay. If it becomes a problem, let's put it back to 1. I don't think it will be, though. I really don't. It's not one of those things. And the last card I want to look at is AntiSpell Fragrance. This at 3 is a problem. I know it's a counter to Pepe and Pendulums in general. But come on, guys. This card is silly. It's really silly. It maybe even should be banned. It's stupid. It's one of those cards like... Okay, I'll say it like this. Maxi is a counter to certain decks. Look, certain decks start special summoning and they either have to stop all that. Or keep special summoning. That's a counter to me. Like Maxi, they have a choice. Or Veiler, they can kind of counter that. There's a counter, they can do this. Or they can just be like, okay, you've lost a card for the Veiler. I've still got my monster. I'm probably going to attack you. It's going to sit here. But, that Veiler... It could have stopped me from doing a massive play, but it's not that strong. AntiSpell Fragrance just turns off Pendulums. It just... done. And it also ruins... I think the problem with AntiSpell Fragrance is that it destroys Pepe a bit. It doesn't always. Sometimes it's just like they get around it. It destroys Pepe, but any other silly Pendulum deck that anyone... Like some kid's running some weird Pendulum deck, someone else is running it, and this just... shuts them down. They don't deserve to have a card that's against them that destroys Pepe but also destroys them at the same time. It's kind of like when I was talking about accidentally destroying someone's deck, like the Blaze Mirror Forces with damage sugar. I feel Anti-Spell just hurts a whole type of card, that all the Pendulums, not just the top deck, and because of that it's too strong, and it's also like just an ugly feeling card. It's really bad. So I'd put it to 1 or maybe even 0. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a Pepe lover. I'm not like, oh man, Pepe's the best, man. But it's just one of those cards. Like, there's got to be a card out there that completely shuts down a certain type, like a monster. Like it kills all monsters. This kills all Pendulums. Like that's going to be a very big thing. Either way, guys, I've ranted for far too long. So thanks for watching this. I hope you enjoyed my little discussion. If you think differently, or if I've missed anything, please let me know in the comments, because I'd love to read those comments. And I will see you guys next time. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you then. Bye.